We've already covered how to format a cell and a number of cells, so a range in Excel, but we can also format to some degree the tabs that you get for each worksheet. Taking our sales data 2013 file, you'll find that we have a workbook with 12 worksheets, one for each month of the year. Now, because all 12 sheets can't physically fit along the bottom here, we then have to use the navigation keys to move those tabs along. By using the navigation keys, it just simply shuffles the tabs from left to right, but doesn't move you from one sheet to another. Now, you'll notice that each time we go down to the navigation keys, there is a little pop-up. One says Control left click to scroll to the first sheet. So instead of going click, click, click to go back to the first sheet, I can hold down the Control key and simply click once, and that will bring the first sheet into play. And the same with the other way, Control and the right arrow brings the last sheet into play. I'm currently in May. If I click the three dots, you'll see that it moves me to the next sheet that wasn't visible. So it moved me to February. So it's not quite the same as shuffling the bottom of the sheet because it actually moves you. And if I click them again, it'll move me to January, which again is not visible. Now, the reason it jumps to the first sheet not visible on the left-hand side there is because you can't click on it because it's not in view. So I can see March to December, but I can't see January, February. So to get to them, I would have to shuffle. But by providing this one slight quick option here, we can jump to the next available that is not visible. And because we're at the left-hand side, the three dots disappear. Now, there is another option that these keys are offering me every time I hover, and that's the right click. If I right click, you'll see that I can see all the sheet tabs, and there's room for more here, and you get the scroll bar activated if there is even more. And then we simply choose the one that we want to go to, and OK, and it will jump to that sheet. So you can see we can navigate between the sheets simply by clicking on the tabs, but if the tabs aren't there, because we can't see them, that's when the little navigation buttons come into play, or the three little dots. Notice there's none here because there's no more sheets on the left, but now they're at the right hand side. So if I click that, I will be taken to December because it's the next sheet that's not visible. So how about colouring these tabs in? Well, that's very easy to achieve. We select the tab we wish to colour in. Let's select November, right click, tab colour, and then I have a choice of the theme colours and then various tint shades of that colour. So I might go for the bluey grey and then various tint shades thereof, or the standard colours, or no colour, which is actually the default, or into the dialog box for more colours. So let's choose November as this sort of orangey colour. And you can see that while the month is selected, it is actually faded slightly behind. But if I then click on December, the colour becomes much more solid because it's not selected. So let's do the same for December. Right click, tab colour, go for a bluey colour. And again, while you're in the sheet, the tab colour is faded slightly. As soon as you move to another sheet, it becomes a solid colour. Now, there is another way of colouring your tabs in. Let's stay with October. Go up to Format on the home ribbon. Come down to Tab Colour, and you'll see we get the same little pop-out box. I might go for a sort of goldy yellow colour for October. And then September. Now, the tab colouring is not just provided for prettiness, although you could use it for that. You could use the tab colours as an indicator. Red for important, green for done. The code really is entirely down to yourself. Notice in that tab colour option, there are plenty of colours to choose from. And if that's not enough choice, you can then go into more colours and effectively choose your own from the colour hexagon, or go into custom and have any RGB colour that you can think of or need to have if you need a corporate colour, for example. But the control is entirely down to you whether you want tab colours or not. Should you inherit a sheet that has tab colours and you're thinking, I don't like tab colours, we can remove the tab colour by going to right click, tab colour, and no colour. And we go back to simple white background if the sheet is selected, grey background if it's not. And you'll see that when you hover over, the text goes bold. And if it's the selected sheet, the text goes that default 2013 Excel green.